real RVers. We've got to stay away from this. Don't go there. I'm going to explain in just a second. But for now, I'm just going to introduce myself, Dr. Dave, the RV Dummy. Yeah, I am the RV Dummy. If you're brand new to this channel, you're going to find out exactly why I am. But welcome back. Another great episode. I've got some really, really great stuff for you today. I got a couple of announcements right here. I am very happy to talk to you about my VIP list. It does not cost any money. It's totally free. And when you become a VIP, what that means is I can text you. We do it through our system, so it's totally cool. I never spam you, never share your number. But when you're a VIP, you get to be privy to whenever I decide to go and do a live stream, you will know about it, and you'll be able to be live streaming with me, interacting, asking questions, hanging out. So get on the VIP list. The way to do it is you send an email either, and I'll put these, make sure I put these down here, but you send an email to rundrdave@gmail.com. It's RUNDRDAVE@gmail, or send me a text. My phone number is 801-893-3810. And when you send me a text, make sure you tell me, just put VIP. I want to be a VIP. That's all you do. I'll have your mobile number when you send me a text. That's probably the easiest way to do it, and you'll get on the list. I promise, again, never to bug you about anything. It's only for the purpose of alerting you when I have something very, very important that's about to come up, and email is slow, very slow, too slow. Also, we have a Facebook page. If you're not part of that, it's just called the RV Dummy. It's on Facebook, so it's fairly new. Don't have a whole lot of people with it yet, but we're growing. So I ask you to join me on Facebook under the RV Dummy. And I'm trying an experiment today, so I'd like you to help me out. I just want to see how this works. I generally don't beg people for likes. Like, if you like this video, make sure you like, but we're going to try it today. If you're watching this video, just click the like button real quick. Just the thumbs up, the like button, just real quick. I want to see if it really makes it. I'm doing it. It's a test. I'm doing an experiment to see if it makes a difference if I ask for likes and say, hey, please, or if I don't say anything. I just want to have an idea what's going on. So make sure you click the like button right now if you may do so. You know why? Because I've been helping RVers like you for 1/50th of a century. So you got to press the like button for that. Okay, where do you want to stay away from? I teased that at the beginning. The title talks about it. This is pretty serious business. I just was a friend of mine, actually a follower on this channel, passed an article by me about a guy that bought an RV park around the Los Angeles County area. He bought this park. It was for sale, but what he didn't realize was what came with it was a bunch of these permanent residents in RVs. Unfortunately, they're not really RVers. They had RVs, but they are almost homeless. And this is like their last resort, no pun intended, their last resort before becoming actually homeless. They've got a place to keep their old, kind of rusted out, really bad shape RVs in this park, because if they didn't have this place to park, they would be homeless. And so this is becoming a real problem. Now, before you start bashing me or yelling and saying things about me that I'm senseless to the poor people. No, that's not true. But I'm an RVer. You're either an RVer or you're thinking about becoming an RVer. And I want to make sure there's a distinction, because I have no problem helping people in need. I feel horrible for people that their last possession, and they don't have a home, and their last possession on the planet is an old, broken down, rusted out RV, and that's where they live. But trust me, I feel horrible about that. But on the other hand, when I go to an RV park, when I'm traveling with Yoko, with Boo Boo, our cat, when we're traveling across the country, when we're looking for places to kind of hang out and be peaceful and interact with other RVers, I don't want to be staying in an RV park where there are basically homeless people, and that's all, and that's what's there. Just like when I go to a hotel, I'm not going to go into the inner city projects and stay there. I'm going to stay someplace that I think I'm comfortable with. Now, I'll give you an example. I didn't even realize this, but I've been to a few places, RV parks, but places where we drive across the country and stay. And just this past spring, I know Yoko and I pulled into one in Orlando, just outside of Orlando, Florida. And it wasn't exactly what we thought. We made the reservation way in advance, and it wasn't exactly what we thought. And when we got there, I pulled into my spot that I was assigned to, and right away, this very aggressive guy who was obviously living in his RV on the next site over comes out, no shirt on, pissed off at me that I'm taking the spot next to where he is, and told me I can't park there. I got to take another spot. And it was very uncomfortable. And then we did relocate. We actually went to the office and said, I'm not really comfortable camping here. Can you give me another spot? Which they did. But we started noticing there were like rusted out tool sheds, crap all over the place, kids sliding boards, just junk. And it was not the kind of RV park that I want to stay at when I'm trying to be at peace and on vacation and having fun in our RV. I just didn't want to be staying there. So it's becoming more common and more common that these campgrounds are breeding grounds for homeless people that happen to have an old RV. So be very careful. I'm suggesting when you make a reservation at an RV campground or RV park, ask them what their percentage is of people that live there all year round. They just kind of, I guess, pay an annual fee or a monthly fee, and they're just there. And find out in advance. Be very upfront and say, do you have people that are just there living there all year round? And I'm not saying that everybody that lives in a campground all year round is a bad person. In fact, none of these people are bad people. But again, when I'm camping, I want to be amongst travelers out there on the road with similar interests that I have, and not indigent people are in a rusted out RV next to me screaming at me. I don't want to be in that situation. So we'll leave it at that. Be very, very careful. Now, I've got a bunch of questions that you guys wrote in. I appreciate every single one of you even if you don't write in, I appreciate you guys. And I'm going to try to cover as many of these as I possibly can. And if you want to have your question answered, just send in a comment on the YouTube channel, by email, however you want to get to me. You can get to me. You know how to get to me, because you know why? Because you are smart. Okay, let's get to the first one. The RV dummy is going a little bit crazy today. I'm not really sure why. He's kind of like just ornery today. I'm not sure why. Okay, Stephen Otto says, have you considered just living in your RV? Stephen, great question, but no. Well, I did consider at one point. Yoko and I considered just living it, but then we have a Class B. It's a pleasure way. It's not really big enough to live in full time with our cat. So we use it a lot. We're always traveling, but we don't live in it full time. We do have a home that we relocated to Salt Lake City. We're renting a nice home there. And when we're not in our RV or not traveling somewhere else, we're staying in our home in Salt Lake City. So Stephen, thanks for the question. BRB says, what year? So this kind of segues right into the last question. What year is your Class B? I really like that style of RV, perfect size for two. Also, where did you get it, Dave? Please reply. We're searching currently, with a little smiley face. You know, when you say please reply, and you add a little smiley face, it's almost like I feel obligated to respond. So BRB, yeah, we've got it. It's a 2006. It's actually a 2007 Pleasureway XLTS built on a 2006 Ford E350 chassis, E350. Oftentimes, those of you that are new to RVing, when you're dealing with like things like Class Bs, the chassis, they have to buy the chassis from Ford or from Dodge or Mercedes, whoever it might be. Oftentimes, the chassis is 1 year older than the actual build out of the RV. So it's not uncommon to have, we have a 2006, but the RV itself is 2007. Where did we get it? We looked really hard and we found it on RVtrader.com, RVtrader.com, and there's an app for that. And we just scoured that and took our time and really made sure it was the right one for us. We went through a lot of them that, you know, didn't look as good. We took our time, went out and personally looked at it, inspected it, test drove it, asked questions, made sure it was the right one for us. And if you're not sure how to do that, hire an RV tech when you're looking for one and pay for an hour of their time. It'll be probably the most, what's the word I'm looking for? See, I forget words now. I don't know what's wrong with my brain. I forget these words. It'll be the most valuable lesson or the most valuable money you've ever spent, paying an RV tech for their time to check out your RV. Next question, Dr. Dave, you are so correct about paying cash and avoiding debt, especially on declining assets. My wife and I are looking into buying an RV of some type. My wife, Mary, is a retired teacher, and I'm a retired commodities broker. We currently live in downtown Cincinnati. Since last year, we sold our house in Dayton and downsized to a small condo in Cincinnati. We now live in 880 square feet. We love your channel and never miss an episode. Thank you so much. You have taught us a great deal, and I like your style. Perhaps someday our paths will cross. Charles, thank you so much. I really hope our paths cross someday. You sound like a really, really cool guy. And good luck with your RVing there. From Just a Minute, or Menet, if you're French, Just a Menet. I'm obviously not French, so I can't pronounce that correctly. So pardon my horrible French and accent and all that stuff. Your heart is in the right place, but if all Americans only purchase based on cash on hand, the economy would collapse. I'm not an economist. I'm not sure if that's true, but it's never going to get to the point where all Americans buy with cash. They're always going to buy on credit, but you don't have to. Since you're a follower of Dr. Dave and this channel, you don't have to be making that mistake. So let's not worry about what all the other people do. If you're watching the RV Dummy, I've pounded it into your brain enough, ow, oh, God, ow, that you're not going to be buying an RV with credit. You're not going to be doing that, right? Repeat that 3 times. I will not buy an RV with credit. I will not buy an RV with credit. I will not buy an RV with credit. Next comment is from SCC Philly, it looks like. I love your videos. You're candid and honest. For example, sharing how much you paid for your RV and that you're an RV dummy. I am an RV dummy. That's so true. That's why I keep watching. Otherwise, I wouldn't care. You give sound financial advice as far as buying a motorized vehicle. That's right. Anything with a motor engine goes down in value. You don't want to buy that on credit. You're the first RV guy to disclose how much you put into your RV, that you should have driven it before buying it, etc. Now that was my first RV. I did not drive it before I bought it, and I put a lot into it. And then the thing blew up when they tried to change the coach battery at the battery shop. So basically, if you're not sure what happened there, watch one of my old videos that explains that one. It's horrible. I like your honesty. Don't lose that trait in your videos. Well, I'm an honest person, so I can never lose that trait, because lying people lie and honest people are pretty much always honest. So thanks for that. Thanks for being so kind and sharing your experience with RVs and finances. SCC Philly, you made my day. Thank you so much for that comment. I really appreciate that. Hans Raub, thanks for having me on your VIP list. By the way, there's another VIP right there. And if you're not on the VIP list, make sure you send me a text to that number down below and say, I want to be VIP. I'm not an RVer yet, but hopefully we'll learn a lot with you before I get started. Sorry I'm late for your live stream. Keep up your great videos. You're never late for my live stream, because you can always join in, and then you can watch the recording. So you're always welcome. Thanks so much, Hans. I really appreciate that. Flo Brown says, good info, however, too much blah, blah, blah. Cut to the chase. I don't need to hear the same thing over and over. I'm shopping for my first RV. I'm gathering info, watching how-to videos. No time for the blah, 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 blah. No time for that. Well, I'm going to read the next one as well, because they're kind of the same. So RV Guy says, Dr. Dave is always interesting to watch, but he is quite loquacious. Quite loquacious. I once dated a girl named, a long time ago, her name was Loquacious. The entire episode could be summed up in a few minutes. Cash is king, except for buying a home. Living full-time in an RV is the same as purchasing a home. Buying an RV is now and then. A vacation toy is different. If you want to save tons of money, buy a used RV. He says, I've owned 6 motorhomes, and all except an Argosy motorhome with a 427 cubic inch Chevy V8 were quite reliable. Speaking about being loquacious, my God, what a long question this is. Buy used and learn to maintain. Cash is king. Now, RV Guy and Flo Brown, yeah, I could do a shorter video. I could do a shorter video. Of course I could. I could come on and just give you 10 bullet points and then get the hell off this channel. But you're paying, no, it's free. You want my personality. You want some oomph in this video. You don't want me reading off an index card for 15 seconds. Okay, that's your lesson for the day. But you don't want that. Please stop it. Don't tell me I'm loquacious. For those of you that don't know what loquacious means, yeah, I had to look the damn thing up too. It means too wordy. You say too much. Now, hang on one second, because I'm going to go ahead and raise this blind. We're getting to the point where it's getting a little dark around here, so I'm going to raise the blind. Give me 1 second. I'm going to be right back with you. I'm back. I hope I wasn't too loquacious for you. Okay, here we go. Next question or comment. It's from Flint Firestone. I hope I didn't call him Fred Flintstone in the past by accident. I hope I didn't do that. I understand about buying what you can afford, but few people talk about maintenance on the RV. Buying it is a small part of owning it. The storage when not using, failure of appliances, tires, and so on. Been there, done that. So it's from Flint Firestone. It's so true. Yeah, maintaining an RV is not inexpensive. Should I repeat that? It's not inexpensive. So when that's one of the reasons I don't want you to take a tremendous loan out to buy an RV and then find only that you got to put more money into, even if it's brand new, there are always things you need. It's not just a matter of repairs, but there's just always like things you want. And I don't want you spending your last dollar and getting a loan and then having to they say, talk about being house poor, being RV poor. Don't do it. Thanks for that, Flint Firestone. And thank you so much. You're right. Keith Brenneman asks, I'd like your opinion if a loan to buy an RV makes sense in my situation. In 2 years, I will have access to around $50,000 that I can put into a retirement plan or take it as cash. Now, send me some if you get all that money. That's pretty darn good. I'm considering taking out a loan to buy a used pickup and travel trailer. If I put the money into an IRA, I would use the IRA to make payments for the truck RV. With other IRAs, pension, and Social Security, we would be okay, but not flush without that extra 50 grand. Upside, if the IRA investment does well, I might have some money left over at the end, loan to avoid taxes, blah, blah, blah. Downside, a crash could leave us without the money to make the payments. Well, Keith, again, you played right into what I've been saying for a long, long time. We don't know how the investments are going to go. So you're saying that if it goes well, you can do this. If it doesn't go well, you might be in trouble. But that's why. It's exactly why. Now, I believe in making investments. I believe in that. But I don't believe in investing in something, hoping it's going to go up so you can make payments on something. Buy what you can afford with cash. I'm just throwing a number out there. Why don't you scrape up $10,000? If you're coming into 50,000, scrape up 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, maybe. Buy an RV, pay cash for it, invest the rest of that money, invest the 30,000 to your retirement, and make sure you're investing in the right investments for your retirement, and do it that way. And don't spend your last dollar or close to your last dollar. Don't try to play games. No, don't do that. Pay cash for your RV and don't spend that. It doesn't sound like you want to spend that whole 50. Don't do it. Outdoor Nomad says, great show. I think he's referring to my last show or the one before that. I can't remember, but anyway, the comparison to life and RV loans was awesome. Thank you very much. Outdoor Nomad is Steve. You might want to check out his channel too. It is awesome. If you get rid of all those loans you think you need for life, then it makes much easier to pay cash for the RV. So what he's saying is, yeah, you get to the point where you don't have any loans, you don't have payments. All of a sudden, you've got all this money and you can pay cash. That is exactly what I've been trying to say, guys. Come on. Next is from Mark Weiner in Los Angeles. Mark, I hope I pronounced your name right this time. It's not Weiner, it's Weiner. So, Dave, I know there's some people out there who are capable of doing all of their own repairs. I'm always impressed by this. However, I wonder how many people are just stumbling around and not really getting it done properly. And that scares me. Why? Maybe they thought they could do it, especially electrical, use wires or something like that. They wind up burning the whole rig up because you don't do it. Look, that happened to me when I paid a professional to change a coach battery, and he did something with the wiring, and it blew the whole thing up. So imagine sometimes trying to do this thing yourself. So he says it's one thing if it happens in the driveway. It's another if you happen to be parked right next to them sleeping, if you know what I mean. Yeah, the whole thing goes kaboom, and not only does their rig blow up, but yours catches on fire. So it's a really, really valid point. People are trying to save money and think they can do it all themselves, and maybe they're not really saving in the long run. He says, I know my limitations, and that's why I have repairs on my RV done by a professional. So Mark, I'm with you. Like I said, I'm the RV dummy. I can't do all these complicated repairs. I'll do some simple ones, but not the complicated ones at all. Tampa John says, tent camped for 41 days first. 10 years later, bought a 30-foot trailer with F-250, all paid for, including house, only way to go. Tampa John, hallelujah, mazel tov to you. And we're going to end it on that note, because that was just great to hear that some people are actually doing it the right way. Buying what you can afford, paying cash, not having debt, etc., etc., etc. I'm the RV Dummy. I hope you like this show. Again, you can reach me commenting here. Keep them nice. You don't have to agree with me, but keep them nice. And remember, RV Dummy on Facebook. Sign up for my VIP list, because I live stream once a week, and you want to be included, where it's a totally different type of show where we're all interacting and having fun. It's very, very different. You're going to want to be there. And I hope you subscribe right down there, the subscribe button. Press subscribe. I am the RV Dummy, Dr. Dave. I will see you very soon. As a matter of fact, I'll see you on the next episode, or live streaming. Get on the VIP list. Did I tell you that yet? Bye-bye.